rough cut these down to the size we needed. These are 2.5 inches wide, but we also need to get the ends trimmed. And that's where the shooting board comes in. So we're going to place the shooting board here. You can put it into the vise. Okay, we're just going to shoot it. All right, now all four sides are nice and squared, and we are now going to make the bottom piece. To make the bottom piece, we're going to need a piece of wood. Since this is 8 and this is a 1/2 inch, that makes 9, but we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to go 9.5 wide by 14, but we're going to go 14.25 long so that we can just have a little bit of a oversize so that when we glue it together, it will just fit perfect. Now comes the time where we're going to sand our wood. You could actually sand it after you put it together, but I want to sand this before I put it together because I won't be able to sand the inside of the box later. And also I won't be sanding the inside of this bottom. So it's a good time to sand it now while it's all apart before we put it together. And when you sand, you're going to use an abrasive paper, and we're going to start with an 80, and then we're going to go up to 100, and then we're going to go up to a 220. And remember, as the number goes up, it actually gets smoother. So the 220 will be a real finished sandpaper, but we don't really need to sand that well because we're still going to do work on the project. But you could sand it up to 220 if you wanted to make it really smooth. And the way you sand it is very simple. You actually take a piece of sandpaper or an abrasive paper. You're going to fold it in half, just to break it. Then you're going to fold it in half again. Okay, and when you sand, you're going to find that it is easier to sand with a sanding block, which is this, a piece of wood. And a sanding block will actually give you more surface area to sand, and also it will sand faster. So we're going to need a 100, and then probably the last one will be the 220. Okay, so now when you sand, most people will sand with their fingers. In other words, they're going to sand like this, back and forth, okay, which will take a long time to do. But an easier way is by using a sanding block. As you can see, the reason why is because when you sand, the only area that you're going to sand is actually where your fingers touch. And sometimes it's very, very few areas. Now the sanding block will cover the whole back area of the pad itself. So this way it will sand much faster. And just to show you, we're going to sand by using the bench stop and the table. So we're going to place it here. We're going to show you how to sand. Okay, so we're going to put it between here, and we're going to do the face first. Okay, so we're going to put it in here. Wrap this around the paper and go back and forth. Now you always sand with the grain, because if you go against the grain this way, you're going to put scratches on there. Now you want to remove all your pen and pencil marks, all nicks, all dents. Okay, so this is the first one, which is your 80. That's the next one. Now I'm going to do them all with the same grit first. Makes it easier. You could do the sides if you wanted to. Not necessarily, because you planed it very well. Okay, then we start the next one, which is 100. Okay, since it's here, we can do this 20. Okay, now we're ready for gluing.